both Van Beurden and Hayek Smith removed from the equation, it was still the name of Bottrell that topped the standings despite his myriad of problems. He now held a 1 minute 8 second lead over Richard Leek and Rikus Fourie in the ATS Lake Umuzi Ford Fiesta, who were the big winners after the demise of Van Beurden and Hayek Smith. Potgieter was up into third, with a quiet gentleman Basie Lyle in fourth. Van Beurden's name still appeared in fifth place, thanks to the vagaries of modern rally timing, but he was well out of the rally. A repeat of the morning stages followed, but with the reduced field now wary of the dangers that the water splash at TV Brix offered, there were no more casualties, with one exception. This had nothing to do with the stages themselves. TV Brix and Chori Farm were exactly the same as before, at 32.9 and 13.6 kilometers in length respectively. But the transmission in the Ricky B Volkswagen Polo of AC Potgieter and Tommy de Toy wasn't quite the same, not after losing third gear earlier in the day. His crew had worked hard to install new gear sets at the service stop, but it just wasn't enough to keep the car going. So in stage 9 there was yet another retirement in class S1600, this time from third place in the standings. With Guy Bottrell's Yachtse Toyota Etios still not functioning at 100%, the young Durbanite was cautious through both stages. He posted a time some 9 seconds off the pace in stage 9 and 2 seconds slower in stage 10. Clearly not the Bottrell we've become used to, but sensible in the circumstances. This meant that Richard Leek in the ATS Lake Umuzi Ford Fiesta notched up another stage victory, as did Marco Himmel, competing under Super Rally regulations. Basie Lyle in the Frogram Toyota Etios lost some time in stage 9, but stuck with the front runners in stage 10, ensuring that he didn't lose any ground in the overall standings.
Yeah, it's been a bit tough battling a bit with the times, but we'll try harder in the next one.
And speaking of standings, this is how everything stacked up after the demise of Potgieter. Bottrell still had the lead, with Leek hanging on to second place. Basie Lyle inherited third thanks to a solid performance, with the intricacies of rally timing making up the remainder of the leaderboard. All that the S1600 crew still had to do was 2 more stages, repeated stages at that, with a total distance of only 12.7 kilometers. But the rally gods can be extremely cruel, and the results are never guaranteed until the final stage is complete. And even then, there is often still a sting in the tail. But before we get to the end of the Class S1600 Secunda Motor Rally, let's take a quick look at how things played out in Class S2000. These monster machines are the pinnacle of South African rallying and sport naturally aspirated engines of 2 litres coupled to 4-wheel drive and enough high-tech wizardry to justify their stellar price tags. The defending champions in this class are Leroy Poulter and navigator Albin Kutsia, who campaign one of the 2 Castrol Team Toyota Yaris rally machines. Poulter hasn't been able to win an event in 2015 as yet, and arrived at the Secunda Motor Rally with high hopes. He was trailing former champions Mark Cronje and Robin Houghton in the Ford Performance Fiesta by a fair margin, despite holding on to second place in the championship. But for Poulter, a win in Secunda was critical if he was to defend his title this year. And initially it looked as if he might just manage. His times on the opening 2 stages of the rally were within sniffing distance of those posted by Cronje. But after pushing extremely hard on stage 2 and getting a puncture, followed by this unfortunate incident where the bonnet clipped on his Yaris, it saw Poulter drop out of contention, leaving Cronje to record a hat-trick of victories so far this season. But behind the flying Ford, a battle raged between Henk Latergan in the Sasol Racing Volkswagen and Castrol Team Toyota's Janil de Villiers. The pair traded blows throughout day 1, with Latergan ending the day in second place, de Villiers some seconds back. Latergan extended his advantage on the opening stages of day 2 before self-destructing on stage 9 of the 12-stage event, after destroying the rear suspension of his car. This promoted de Villiers and navigator Carolyn Swan to second, with Gugu Zulu and navigator Hilton Orfree in another Sasol Racing Volkswagen Polo slotting into third. This was Zulu's second podium finish in as many events. Zulu was also the only Sasol Racing Volkswagen to complete the event, as the former champion Hakan Fecken, reunited for the remainder of the season with long-standing navigator Pierre Aris, experienced a rear suspension failure on day 2, relegating the pair to spectators. In the end, the defending champs managed to win every stage on day 2, with the result that Poulter and Coetzee bagged the points for 4th place, keeping their championship hopes only just alive for now. Back to the cruising class S1600 and the conclusion of the Secunda Motor Rally.